Beautiful Aries, this is Tammy from Spot On Psychic Readings, and I'm here to do your reading tonight for the end of August, okay? So I hope you all are doing great, and if you're new, welcome, and if you've been here before, I'm glad to see you again. So thank you all so much for all of your nice comments. Some things you're going through sounds really difficult, but I got to tell you, you all are absolutely the best viewers on all of YouTube, so thank you so much for coming in. Love you guys a lot. So I've already shuffled and cleared the energy, and I'm going to pull these by feel for you tonight, Aries, okay? Warm card there. Whoa, really tingly card. What's this about? Wow, we got 5 of Cups reversed. I had to pull this one out right away because this one felt really energized, and this is in the conflict position, okay? So this is having to do with loss and heartache and betrayals and things like that, Aries, okay? Sorry to start right off on that note, but it's there in the cards. I'm just keeping it real, okay? This one has got huge energy. Let's see what this is. Okay, this is unfinished business. This is the World card reversed. This is huge energy on this. There's unfinished business here with this breakup, some kind of a betrayal and breakup. What else, Aries? Usually I pull all the cards and then flip them over, but these are just like so big and energized. I'm having to look at them right away. Let's see what else, Aries. Aries energy. Really, I can feel this one. Okay, this is Knight of Pentacles, and I'll put all this together for you in a minute, but I'm assuming you're as curious as I am about this big energy coming up. So this is somebody super undependable, all right? We'll find out more about this, but big energy on somebody who's been undependable and playing around and just not serious about things, and a mess, really a mess, okay? There's some tingly energy there. Let's see. Please watch to the end to avoid any misunderstandings, because the card readings build as we go along, and I'll get you more details, okay? So let's pull these over and see what we've got here, Aries. And this is where we'll start, and then I'll get more details, okay? So some of you may be getting a message that's sort of unpleasant, or a message from somebody who's being this undependable person, or a message that is going to make you roll your eyes. Really, I feel like this is coming up, I don't know, it feels like it's around you right now, and I think all this moon energy that's going on, August, the month of 2 full moons, I feel like this is making people act kind of crazy. It's really not bringing out the best in a lot of people, and it's been intense. I mean, it's a very intense energy for the best of us. It really is. So, as you know, I'm sure you're feeling it. So, then when you get somebody who's already undependable and is acting out anyway, and you add that to this moon energy, you've got somebody here that's going to be sending you troublesome messages. So I would expect text messages that are irritating, and they're meant to be irritating, and that kind of thing, okay? Like I said earlier, this 5 of Cups came up as the conflict, which is some sort of betrayal. Looks like it happened, Aries. Now, there were 3 people. I get this 3 of Cups energy really strongly here, and this card often has to do with, third party situation. And there's three cups here, and it left unfinished business. There's some kind of marriage. I feel like there's a marriage that was left in the dust because of this third-party situation. This is the Hierophant. This is showing up in the past. This often represents commitments and, conventional marriage relationships and that sort of thing, okay? And this is being left in the past because of this third-party situation and everything that happened, okay? Here we've got the undependable card that I said came up with this big energy. It was like, look at me. That's how this card felt. And, usually when I see Knight of Pentacles, it's somebody who's very dependable and somebody you can really count on. But he came up reversed, all right? I'm saying he because a Knight of Pentacles is a he, but take it as it resonates for your situation. This is somebody who was not there for you. This is somebody you could not count on, all right? And this is somebody that wanted to be very egotistical. This big energy came through like, here, notice me, pull me out in the reading. I feel like this person's even trying to hijack your reading, Aries. It happens sometimes. Their energy's, so strong that they, these energies will come in and try to take over your reading. It's like, oh, talk about me, that kind of thing. So there it is. Now, this is a really good thing, Aries, coming up, and I want to just emphasize this because I feel like so much negativity does come out in your readings, and I don't control that. I do keep it real. I'm going to tell you what's in the cards, so I want to tell you this. Pay attention to this, Aries. This is really cool. This is having to do with new beginnings. This is all around this is your energy, Aries. This is having to do with new beginnings. This has to do with passion and warmth. It can have to do with family. It can have to do with all sorts of things moving forward. Oh, doors opening for you. Just a lot of warmth. I can't really emphasize that enough with these Wands cards. This can be passion. This can have to do with fire signs that you're dealing with, different fire signs, Sag, Leo, and other Aries, that kind of thing. But this is in your energy, and this is really super positive, okay? I want to make sure I point that out because, there's a lot of other stuff going on here that looks really unpleasant, but this is right in the middle of this reading, okay? All right. This card was hesitant to come out though. Remember, I was like, that one has some energy. And I was like, do I pull it? Do I not? It felt really reluctant. So I feel like for some of you, you may be reluctant to dive into new beginnings based on what you've been through, obviously. That might make sense. Some of you may just be like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a new beginning or not because, but it's right here in the cards. So keep that in mind. This is, I think your fears are coming up in this card about the Wheel of Fortune being reversed. Meaning, you've got, I think some of you've just been through the ringer so much, you're afraid there's going to be more bad luck. But this is only a fears card. This is not in your future, okay? And we've got the final outcome is the Sun. It was upside down, so it's it's got a little damper on it, but the Sun's never a bad card. And this is coming up on your path. This is where you're headed, Aries. So this is very much having to do with happiness, and it can have to do with a new marriage if you're there. Some of you are like, no, I'm not going there. So it depends on where you are. Again, this won't resonate for everybody every time, okay? But for some of you, there may be a new marriage, a new relationship, children. For some of you, this could be custody or having custody of your children and that sort of thing. I know somebody asked about custody. I think it was in Aries. So I do see it here. There's children on this card. So there's something there for some of you about that. And this is a super happy card, It is reversed, so you're not all the way there yet, as you know. For some of you, you're not quite there yet. But again, it's never a bad card. The Sun is never a bad card. So I'm going to pull some clarification. Hang in there with me. This is where we get the details, okay? And we'll ask some more questions. Let's ask about these new beginnings first, okay? That will be interesting to know about. What does Aries need to know about new beginnings? Some of you are moving. Here we've got the Knight of Wands. So some of you are moving into a new house. That would definitely be a new beginning. Some of you are relocating to a different area. Another new beginning, okay? Some of you just have a lot of things in the air. You know, a lot of new ideas, a lot of new options. This can often be the card of options. You know, what are you going to do? I've got lots of options, you know. All right? So that's one of the things having to do with your new beginnings. Let's see what else, Aries. Wow. New beginnings in marriage for some of you. I've seen this twice now. This is joy. This is 10 of Cups. Lots of joy, lots of happiness. This can be family, happy family, children again. For some of you, again, you know, this is your children being closer to you, more time with them and things like that. And just having to do with a lot of satisfaction, just feeling like, okay, this new beginning I'm on is pretty good. Okay, so Aries, you're definitely headed in a really good direction on that. There's a little warning here to save money or hold on to money. This is having to do with 4 of Pentacles. This may be feeling like money is tight at this time. And for some of you, there's a little bit of discontentment, you know, just because of the situation that you've been through. There is some discontent and that sort of thing. Let me pull one more of these, and then I'm going to switch over and get you some more details on the tea leaf cards. Uh-oh. I wondered when this might show up. This is 5 of Swords, and I know this has been following you a lot, Aries. This 5 of Swords is somebody who is attacking your reputation or somebody who is causing a lot of trouble. This could be somebody abusive. This could be somebody who wants to cut you off at the knees, so to speak. Okay. Let's get a little more information on that. I kind of hate to go down that path, but I know some of you want to know more about that. So, sorry, I was just tuning into that for a minute. So let's see, Aries, I'm going to go by feel on that, about that 5 of Swords. Yeah, some of you are moving away from that abuse, okay, in whatever way that is. It can be verbal abuse, physical abuse. It can just be somebody who's really mean, attacking you from afar. But you're moving away from that. And again, this goes right along with this moving card. This is 2 relocation cards I've got here, okay? So you're moving away from that kind of difficulty, Aries, a lot of you. And again, it's a general collective reading, so it won't resonate for everybody every time. But for a lot of you, I see movement and I see relocation, really getting away from trouble. And you know, this 6 of Swords energy, you can see the people in the boat. I mean, they're like, they're trying to run away from something. You know, they're like leaving, almost leaving in the night under cover to get away from something. And that may represent what's going on for some of you. You know, leaving such a bad situation, you're quietly sneaking away from it, some of you, or you're just like, I don't want this person to know where I'm going. You know, that could be some of what's happening for some of you with that card. Now, for some of you, this is Queen of Pentacles reversed. For some of you, that your person who's kind of attacking you may be somebody who's very pretentious, somebody who is a gold digger, somebody who's trying to steal money, or in some way suck more money out of you, you know, and that sort of thing in this third party situation. For some of you, this is the third party. For some of you, this is the person who you left or they left you, whatever, you know. Take it as it resonates. It'll be different for everybody. But that Queen of Pentacles reversed energy, she's kind of crazy. I mean, she can be kind of crazy and difficult and demanding, okay? Wants things her way. her way or the highway. And I should clarify, you know, sometimes this is, I mean, it comes up as a feminine. I just read the cards as they come up. It's a feminine energy here on the card, but take it as it resonates for your situation, okay? Could be a masculine for you. Now I'm pulling these by feel as I go through. This is the Sun card, second time it's come up. Look at that, 2 Sun cards here. So the Sun, again, is the happiest card in the deck. This one did come up upright this time. This has to do with all kinds of happy situations, you know, family, marriages, vacations, trips, moving, new houses. Super happy card, okay? Really, really happy card. Anything else, Aries? Let's see what else Aries needs to know. Anything else you need to know, Aries? Yep. Oh, here we go, 5 of Wands. So we've got 5 of Swords and 5 of Wands. Wow. So this is having to do with competition. This is having to do with somebody placing you in a competition. This could have to do with having a rival. This could have to do with somebody trying to compete with you on a lot of different levels. Let me ask a little more about that. Who's trying to compete with Aries? Let's see. Third party, for one thing. I'm hearing it already. Third party is definitely competing with you. And it may have something to do with work or business for some of you, Aries. This is the 8 of Pentacles card. So let me ask a little bit more, because there may be competition on the job for some of you, or with your employment, or with your business. And I mean, competition goes with that, but I feel like this is not fair competition, okay? Let me just clarify that. This is not like the good competition. This is trying to cut you off the knees again, okay? This is somebody trying to throw you under the bus with either your job or your business. It's not a fair sort of thing, okay? Yeah, and some secrets are going to be revealed, Aries. This is the High Priestess. Also, some of you, you know, with this double moon energy coming up this month, you know, second full moon is headed in. I'm feeling it building already. Sometimes it's more intense before it actually turns full, you know. And for some of you, it's going to really heighten your intuition. And that's a lot of what this High Priestess has to do with. So you may be feeling a lot of heightened intuition coming up this month. And also, this is going to bring up a lot of those aha moments. Like, you may just wake up in the morning and just know things. Like, oh, that's what happened with third party in the competition. Oh, now I know. Because you just know. There's no reason for you to know, but you just know all of a sudden. I feel like that's going to happen for you, Aries. You're just going to get some, I don't know, some inner answers. You know, just coming from your soul, or coming from God, or coming from your dreams. But somewhere there's going to be secrets revealed. This is really important. I mean, I'm just feeling that super strongly right there. And that some of that's going to be about the competition. Some of it's about the third party situation. And some of it's just knowing where you should move. Some of it's like, oh, now I know where I'm going to move. Now I know what I need to do, okay? And doors opening and things like that for you. What else does Aries need to know? Okay, some of you are in this energy of, okay, like I've had enough of all that situation, and I'm just going to like think logically now, and I'm not going to let all the emotions of all this bother me anymore. You know, this is Queen of Swords energy. This is very logical. This is her thinking with her head, not her heart. Okay? And it's being like super rational and not emotional. Okay? Is where this is coming from. And I would say with all you've been through, there's definitely a reason for that. There's definitely a reason for that. Okay? So I'm going to pull a few more cards here and get you a few more details, Aries. Hang in there to the end and get you all the details, okay? Let's see what else Aries needs to know. This is the stars being in alignment for you coming up, okay? This is like your astrology. It's like divine order, okay? And here we have the new home card and the meeting place card, okay? And this is, if you want to know the numbers, some people like the numbers 16 and 20, okay? Those may be really significant for some of you. But this is about some people that are going to be, it's two things going on here. Some people are going to be talking about you in a meeting place, or you're going to be either attending a meeting or you're going somewhere, like maybe you'll be at a restaurant or somewhere like that. Somebody's talking about you and you may be feeling it. You may be creating a stir in some way, and I feel like you're going to find out about that, or you will hear about that, okay? Yeah, gossip card. So this is right next to this, you know, creating a chatter. This is people gossiping about you. This is the meeting place. So you're going to find out about that, though. I mean, they're telling you that because I feel like it's going to come back to you, you know? Again, that waking up with that inner knowing, you know, secrets revealed, all of that fits together, okay? All right, this is having to do with making hay while the sun shines, okay? That old expression. So this is going with what works for you. I feel like this has to do with your Ace of Wands that came up earlier, the New Beginnings card. And this is like, when the time is right, just go for it. That's what this card means, okay? And this is having to do with cutting out what doesn't work for you and keeping what does. And it's having to do with, okay, the timing is now. It's a timing card. It's like when you feel the timing is right, and also this divine order card, you know, both of these came up. You know, when it's the right time, it's the right time, and all the doors open for you. And when divine order is kind of smiling down on you, things will happen easily for you, and it's the time you'll know. I mean, you'll have that inner knowing and you'll feel it, but it's going to be time for you to go do what you need to do next, you know, get into this happy sun energy, okay? Some of you are creating a whole new home, a whole new family. Some of you may be having a baby come into your life. This is the Stork card. And I don't mean it has to be your baby necessarily. It can be someone else's. It can be a grandchild. It can be a neighbor's child, baby. It can also be your baby, meaning your business or your new project or your book that you're writing, things like that, okay? But you're giving birth to something, Aries, or you're going to be a part of it, okay? Directly or indirectly, there's some sort of birth coming up here. This is definitely a new beginning card. This is like, you know, really happy. They're building a nest. So for some of you, this is having to do with your new home, that you're making a new home. You know, I've seen throughout this reading today, I've seen a lot of cards with children. You know, both these sun cards have children on them. This has to do with a nest, you know, and there's just a lot here about a new home, a new family, this nurturing kind of feeling coming up, Aries. So for a lot of you, there's moving, there's relocation, and you're getting out of this negative situation that's kind of been plaguing you for a while, okay? So I'm going to leave you with this today, because this is like, the guides are telling me right now, this should be your final outcome. They're like, leave Aries with this, because this is super important. So take that in. So thanks for coming in for your reading, and I hope to see you guys again soon. And thank you so much for all of your likes and subscribing to the channel. And you guys have been super supportive, and I appreciate it so much. I will see you all again soon. Have a great week. Bye.